Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan, the only podcast where I'm pretty sure a day had 24 hours, right? We just had one with 23 hours, and I'm pretty sure in an alternate universe it was 24 hours. Mandela effects. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino Genetic Marvel, and I am suffering more than you know right now. That's fine. And of course, our guest is Faunt. Hello, Elle. How are you?
Hi, I am Elle. I am the Xennial. I guess some people say Zennial. I think Xennial sounds cooler. So
There's that, and then Zennial could also mean millennial plus Gen Z.
Yeah, I thought it was like Z-ennial when
yeah.
people say it that way. So yeah, I don't know.
I like this. Joey's like, you're going live while the Cavs Celtics game is on. Dino is bold. I'm like, no, I just don't like sports. That's fine. And what is Atlas' thoughts on hair transplant?
I've definitely thought about it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay, so I just want to like slow down the train a little bit right now and bring up a couple things. First of all, it is International Women's Day, and you have 0 people on this podcast who identify as women. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Second of all,
good point.
Second of all, I've got to bring this up because I think it was like the very last episode prior to this one, but like at the end of the episode, you both brought up the topic of menstrual products and like how the different generations like deal with like especially like men
there's no
shopping for menstrual products and stuff like that. And I was
No, go on.
I have so many.
We deserve it.
Like, okay, first of all, I can't decide, Atlas, if your reaction was like worse than Dino's because it's like, oh yeah, I'll buy them for my students, I'll buy them for my, but I don't need to know what they do. I'm either very upset by this or this is an education problem, but I can't decide which. Like, and then like, yeah, okay. The Dino statement is obvious. The like, okay, just go away and bleed somewhere for 7 days.
Thank you.
Yes. But I will say this. If that is to be the case, then it is also your job to put up with when somebody who goes through those cycles moves towards not having those cycles anymore, and they're waking up with night sweats and hot flashes.
Because just open the window. Just here you go.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
We here at Generation Dan have a proud tradition of having menopausal women as guests. Bobby Oliver, Carol Newell, Mary Kennedy. They're all in the regular rotation, although we haven't had Mary in a while.
But yeah, just I don't know. It's nice to have an appreciation for when that is waning away, I guess. As a non-lady who that is starting to wane away from, like, yeah, I'm getting like the constant sweat here. I have to like actually take off. I'm getting the constant like overheat and it's not fun. So anyway, thought that I would force y'all to hear about that because
completely understandable. And like at International Women's Month, non-binary and 2 women guests out of the 4 weeks of the month. Good-ish. Like,
who cares? Hey, Al, what you need is one of these things. So this is a rechargeable fan that you can just hold around your neck, or even clip it to your pants, and it'll go up your shirt or into your pants, whatever's being hot. And it is actually very helpful.
Those are great.
They have a Swamp Ass fan now.
I like the ones that look like headphones more so, that just kind of.
So the only problem I've had with the headphones ones is the only place if you put them around like through your pants to cool down your bottom nethers, everyone looks at you funny. Whereas this one, no one can really tell. It's more out. Yeah.
I mean, for Dino, they probably see him out in public and be like, of course he would have a fleshlight. And
exactly. Listen, hold on. You guys are all the same generation? No, we're not. I'm old as shit. Good morning.
Are they saying we're all boomer. By the way, I have to bring up a boomer thing too. So through our local Buy Nothing group, I acquired a color printer, and
Awesome.
I was trying to use it last night to print out like a 32-page document because I've been in a teacher training all weekend for like a yoga and movement practice. And so I was using the color printer, and I was just like, why do all color printers still get jammed like it's 2007? Like,
Yeah, it's fair.
Because it's basically like the page has to go through the equivalent of like American Ninja Warrior, like make sure it doesn't touch anything on the way out while it gets
Right.
the ink on it, and then if it touches something, jam printer gotta do a bowel disinfection.
right.
Your
That's
Canon
exactly
printer.
what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I think of it differently. I think we need to bring back the job of scribes, where people like you have to pay someone to copy it onto paper, and they have to write all fancy and shit. I think that's how we make jobs. The printers are obsolete. That's it.
That would have been
Done by
great
hand.
that would have been great in the early 2010s with the stomp clap music in the breweries. That would have fit right in with the aesthetic, I think.
I mean,
Oh,
listen,
God.
I wish for a day when things were more simple, such as Jim, who's like, I have man boobs. That's all right, Jim. That is. Hey, listen, you can get man spanks now. It's great. How are you doing? How did you do that? Oh, we did.
What? Yeah.
The intro video. So Atlas did the music, and I compiled all the weird pictures of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Joey's trying to fight that Women's Day is what? Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, our anniversary, her birthday, random Tuesdays. Yeah, done more with days. I have to buy the wife stuff to earn society's justification. That is factual.
So I'm guessing
sir.
gift giving is low on his love language.
Women's Day, not about buying people things, by the way.
No,
hey, listen.
Congrats
I'm
on
pretty
missing
sure.
the point.
Hey, I'm pretty sure in the great words of a modern philosopher, Beyonce, she said women rule the world. So I don't know that women still deserve a Women's Day per se if they're in charge of everything. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's fair.
Really? Okay. Have you seen like I don't know. Maybe it's not as applicable to Canada, but have you seen how the US is functioning? Like they literally fired a shill for fascism, Kristi Noem, during Women's Month.
Which is hilarious. But
yes,
let's be honest. You guys all chose to not learn geography, and you guys think that Alaska is an island somehow. This is what happens. You don't learn geography, and it just all trickles down.
Have you seen any of the maps from elementary schools? It's like cut off and in its own next to Hawaii for some reason.
We have two islands, Hawaii and Alaska. Yeah.
One hot, one cold, and
you need two islands. One hot, one cold. It's only fair for vacations. I like that video. Thank you. It was I enjoyed making it. This is why we live in cold climates, just to put the menopause in the snow. I mean, that is a valid
terrible
point.
idea.
It's the same thing. So I've given this advice when friends of ours were thinking of having kids and stuff, and I'm like, hey, you want to get pregnant in the spring? And they're like, why? And I'm like, because then your final trimester will be in cold times, and women are very happy about that, because a woman who's pregnant in August is basically a murderer. She's ready to kill everyone. Okay. Just an FYI.
Good to know.
It's important. It's important to know because and it's justified at that point. She's like, well, she was pregnant. You're like, wow, she deserves to kill something. It's fair. So I get it. It's dramatic. What's our subject today is the Mandela effect. We should probably touch on that.
Mandela effect. Yeah, almost 10 minutes in. Sorry, listeners.
By the way, I loved the Generation Dan bingo that came up on the prior episode. That was really funny. So we've kept to the off-topic thing, and I would like to propose that with a Faunt guest appearance is Faunt has a new hair color compared to their.
Oh, that's a good one.
Appearance.
We got to make like some spaces for people we keep having back. So like Nina says something completely out of left field, like you with the hair color and stuff. Good idea. I'll keep that in mind.
We can also include things like Jim mentions his man boobs or his knee surgery coming up.
Or something about a bus.
If boomers mentioned out of pocket comment section, I mean, it works. It makes sense. No, it's fine.
Color printers takes me back. I haven't printed a document in years. Unfortunately, I have a laser printer at my work, so it's like it only prints black and white. But yeah, so it's like I have a worksheet for 31 students. Boom, 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 boom. Like,
yeah,
it jams a lot.
Dino knows all the tricks to stay cool. The sweaty fuck. That is, hey, listen. Once you've been past 500 pounds, you learn a lot of very important tricks at how to immediately cool down. Also, listen, and this is something I've been discussing all weekend long. I was working at a sample sale, and people were like, marriage, and we were just talking about stuff. I'm like, listen, there are four components. Yeah, four key components is: have you eaten? Have you pooped? Did you sleep? Have you drinking water? I mean, those 4 things basically rule your entire marriage perpetually, and keep track on them. That's just great advice. But yeah, that's you gotta. I sweat a lot. I always thought it was because I was fat. I didn't realize it was male. You got menopause. That's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Menopause. It happens.
Yes, it's called andropause. As I mansplain menopause. No, it's called andropause, and it is actually a thing. There's hormonal changes and a drop in testosterone that happens around that mid 40s to mid 50s age as well. So yes, it is real.
What you need to start doing to counter it, Jim, is start taking steroids. You need straight up testosterone and or anabolic steroids. Just it'll iron you out. You're fine. That's fine.
More or less, yeah.
All digital now. Hey, you know what? I worked at a bank. Everyone's like, oh, having computers is going to stop using paper. We use more paper now than ever before. It's ridiculous. Yeah, because they're trying to make you buy more paper. 100%.
Yeah.
Jim knows.
Okay, so
Jim knows.
The comments are coming in faster than we can respond to them all, I think.
Which, hey, is a great thing. Please keep commenting. I did have a couple of episodes last week. So because I've been working, can't do as many episodes. Kind of sucks. But at the same time, last 2 episodes got like 500 views. So
good.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. And with your contributions, we can grow this to be some sort of dominant component of the universe and maybe control the world. Who knows?
I've been seeing that there's like a meme going around on TikTok where it's like, how can we, the soundbite is, how come we don't have a podcast? And then the other person says, because I believe there's something that awaits for me in the divine for resisting. And it's usually like, how come you don't, do this as like a wording above? So like that's the joke. But I would feel really bad where it's like, how come you don't have a podcast? I have 2 actually. 3 if you count one that doesn't exist anymore. So yep, I'm going to hell. That's good to know.
Hello, Victoria.
Hello, Victoria. So
Hi, Victoria.
Mandela effect. Joey has a one that he says here. I for sure thought Trump bought Epstein's old plane, and that was his current plane, but that wasn't the case. I've never heard of that one.
Where is this?
He bought some Qatari plane or something.
Not Qatari. They not bought. They gifted it to him.
Yeah, sorry, they gifted it to him. Like
that's how they get all the microphones and spyware in advance. Just gift stuff. It's very smart. Listen, I give you a gift. It has a listening device and a camera. Please put it in your bedroom. We're all gonna have a fun time watching.
Dino coming up quick with the Gen X conspiracy, not really conspiracy anymore.
There's no more. Hey, listen. There's only one conspiracy left, and it hasn't been proven, and it's flat Earth, and it brings me a lot of joy because those guys are weird. It's just everything else. Weird. Yeah, everything else. You're like, oh, it's true.
It's been so funny to me these past few weeks, which, by the way, took place over our hiatus for the most part, our 2-week hiatus, during which I was attending the Tale of Sweeney Todd market. And it's basically like, because of all the conspiracy theories about like the Illuminati, like, oh, there's a cabal of people. And there is, but they're really sloppy about it. We're like,
they Gmail each other.
Yeah. The sloppy Illuminati.
There's no like OPSEC. There's no security practices whatsoever. They just Gmail each other, being like, "Hey, can I have an 8-year-old? Sure, cool. See you later."
Yeah. Also, if you read it with all the code words and stuff, you're like, it seems like they're just bad at being human because they're like, "I tried hot dogs. They were delicious," and you're like, are they just losers and never been to a barbecue? I don't.
Yes,
it's
they
very
are.
it's very confusing.
We're ruled by a cabal of losers, basically. We're
I think
ruled
so.
by
Yeah.
dorks and people who have like zero charisma and daddy's money. And
Listen, I think we need to go back to good old traditional guilt, bullying, spite. That should control because
no, here's
this has gone. Listen, this has gone too far. It's out of control, right?
Yeah.
We need to get back to basics. We need bullying in school. We need to crown a king of each school and have them rule with an iron fist.
Philosopher kings who all wear hats that look like, reverse ice cream cones or whatever.
Oh, so
I hope that wasn't like anti.
Love it.
I was trying to imagine it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Babylonian thing.
Yes.
I'm wondering if like the whole anti-bullying movement, like bullying is bad. Yes, but
is it?
I wonder if the anti-bullying movement kind of helped create the world we're in today, where it's like, hey, maybe you don't need to get beat up in, like maybe a little bit, right? Because example, there was this meeting for students who were worried about ICE, understandable, at my school a few weeks ago. And it was like, what can you do about this? Because everybody needs an action plan. And they were like, teachers, do you want to say something? I was like, I really, really don't. And they're like, say something anyway. And I was like, fuck. So they gave me the microphone and I was like, hi, seniors who are about to be voting age. You know that your senators and congressmen have phone numbers that you can call and basically bully them with your grievances. And
that's a good one.
And then the principal was like, maybe don't bully your senators and congressmen. I was like,
definitely.
No. That's exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, your suggestion was great.
Yeah. But because I used the word bully.
You're a hero. You're a hero, Atlas, and I love it. Okay?
Yeah.
It's about time you stood up to fucking crazy people, and I love it.
Every day is Festivus here in the United States.
This is what people listen. Bullying was good until it turned bad. And we had to overcorrect and say bullying was bad, and you're going, yes, bullying is bad when it ruins people's lives. I 100% agree. You shouldn't be making people cry.
Well, and let's be real. A lot of people were bullied for things they could not change about themselves, right?
Yeah.
Size,
also factual.
Homophobia, transphobia type stuff, gender expression, able
being too gorgeous.
That's not
still happens. I don't know. I get bullied constantly for my good looks. It's not okay, everyone. You know what? You guys not laughing at that really, really hurt. It really hurt my feelings, and you guys should feel. You should feel bad. You should feel bad about it. Okay.
I wonder if there's an alternate universe somewhere where I was the one who was previously super fat, and Dino has the scar on his face. Oh, yeah.
I would become a pirate. If I had the scar you have on the side of your face, I would immediately become a Bond villain. That's just factual. I've been looking for an opportunity like that. I saw a guy with a scar that went like from a comic book, went like down his eye and then continued on. And I'm like, I have so many questions, but we had paid for a class and he was running it really fast. I didn't have time to ask him questions where his badass scar came from.
And he was like, I run PSYOP in Russia. Yes, it is my day job. I run PSYOP.
I mean, this is actually a fake eye. It's mechanical. I don't know what was going to happen, but yeah. I'll tell you what. So when you brought up Mandela effect, Atlas, the wild thing that happened to me recently, and I was like, oh my God, the Mandela effects are trickling down to stupid shit. Was so I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was very religious. Not a weirdo, just very religious. My dad was like, hey, we need morals and principles in our lives, which has ruined my life because now I have morals and principles which suck. It's the worst. So in turn, there was always about being clean shaven. So I didn't have a beard until much later in life.
Oh.
And the idea was, it was an image that, hey, we're representing God, and you're clean shaven. You should be clean. That's a fair connection. And now it's turned around. They're like, actually, it's because everyone had a beard at the time, and it kind of seemed a little culty. So they were like, hey, no beard, so it doesn't look so culty, because that's the problem. Because I also learned that religion and a cult, the only difference is time in existence and membership numbers. Those are the two exclusive differences between a cult and a religion. And I'm like, hey, why are we changing the rules? First it was like, be clean like God. And now we're all like, well, we didn't want to seem weird. And I'm like, hey, it's a religion. Everyone seems weird. What the fuck is happening right now? It's very confusing to me.
Which is also trippy to hear, because in a lot of religions specifically, there's laws and dictates about actually not removing facial hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
In certain sects. So yeah.
Trust me. I was like, and also like, look how good I look with a beard. Like, it's fantastic. Look, I put it on my own damn shirt. This is my happy, you know?
This is my happy face.
I like that looks like a Ministry album cover. But I don't know if any of our fucking listeners listen to that kind of music, but yeah.
Go on. I got it. Yeah.
Is there a link for that? Do we have
not yet?
Damn it.
Not yet, but I'm going. I'm right now. So I've done this. I actually, the class where I saw the guy with the eye scar, we actually learned how to screen print, and I got like that. We built our own screen printing thing and did the screen printing. As you can see, mine is actually crooked and it doesn't go right down the center of the shirt, which is problematic. But ultimately, it looks good. So yeah,
it looks cool.
I don't have boobs. That's Jim. Thank you very much. Let's be very clear. Yeah, I don't know. It's I like it. But
let's see.
Now I have a beard perpetually.
There's a great Mandela effect. I think.
Oh yeah.
Joey, a little further up. I think the reason that we think about this is, if you learned about, like, in history class, there's always that part on the Gilded Age, and we're like, these are what the bosses look like. This is Boss Tweed. Everybody had a fucking monocle.
Yeah.
And
wait, the Monopoly guy never ever had a monocle?
Nope, just the top hat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think maybe they changed his branding at some point, because I distinctly remember there's like I don't think it was like every time, but I think there was an update.
Wow. Hey, also too, remember, without the monocle, he just looks like the Pringles guy without a hat.
Exactly.
Okay, he's got a round head, weird face.
Right.
It doesn't work. He needs the monocle. Otherwise,
22 minutes to mention this. What's the Mandela effect for people who are listening? The Mandela effect is, we never said what it was. Maybe somebody doesn't know.
That's fair. Yeah.
The Mandela effect is people who have distinct memories of usually like a brand or a TV show, something pop culture-y, that is not what it is today. And the implication there is that that's from an alternate universe, or they're from an alternate universe. And it comes from people learning that Nelson Mandela died in jail when he very much didn't.
Yeah.
Ellie, you were talking to me about this before.
Yeah, so I never was from the universe where I thought Mandela died in prison, because I had to do a book report on Mandela in 6th grade. So, and also it doesn't make sense, because he's well known for being the South African president, the first post-apartheid South Africa. So that just doesn't make sense. But I am from the Berenstain universe, and I have an explanation for that as well.
And I'm from the Berenstain universe, and part of me just thinks I needed glasses. Who knows?
So this is the weird thing about Mandela effect, is that, did you just not know, or look, Elle, you did a book report, you were in the know. How many other people did book reports? Probably not many, because remember, book reports suck. Let's be honest. But
I don't know.
But if you learned about it, you learned it accurately. Why? Because you were getting graded. Whereas the majority of people, and this is happening right now, where they're like, I just graduated high school, I cannot read or write. And you're like, what is happening right now?
I rated a 6th grade level that is half of the United States.
Well, that's fair
alarming.
Too. It's like the Mandela thing specifically is like a low-key comment on like global Black history. Like, oh yeah, I guess most people don't realize that, even though it's like an entire episode of global history.
And I think for the book report thing, like with Nelson Mandela, most people who do book reports don't read the book. And I know this for a fact because I remember the first time I got away with bullshitting in school was in fifth grade doing a book report on, I can't remember the title of the book, but it was about this kid in the early 1900s who threw left-handed, and I think he was Amish or something, where like, being left-handed is evil. So he's like, oh, I got to sneak out from being at home. It's not Mandela effect. He still operates the show.
No, sorry, I couldn't resist.
Okay, so like he's got to sneak away from his family and throw left-handed, which is a big fucking deal. And I like fumbled my way ass through that book report.
Yes,
but I did it, and I got an A. So sorry, Miss Friedman, I lied to you very badly.
Yeah, and that's fair too, because I was a total fucking nerd and I actually like to learn. And this was like, it was still pre-internet era for me. So I had to go like research in the library and look through encyclopedias and shit. And there weren't very many articles like on the indexing thing electronically in the library and stuff like that. So I thought that shit was fun.
That's fair. I didn't become that person until around 10th grade. Hi from Texas. Hello.
Hi from Texas. Hello. And that's a broad statement. We're saying lots of broad statements, so no problem. Chime in. What is your weirdest Mandela effect, everyone? I'm looking them up on Thing and on Google, and I'm just like, oh my God, there's more here than I even realized. There's apparently one for the Volkswagen symbol, and it's very confusing. Okay. I feel like people just don't remember things correctly.
Wait, is the Volkswagen one where they made like the fucking groovin graphic and the far from pukin? Do people remember that shit?
No,
that's a like a Gen X adjacent thing, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Let me find. Well, there's a few. The monocle on the thing, the cornucopia from Fruit of the Loom, which I'm like, I wear Fruit of the Loom underwear. I did. I'm like, that's a lie. There's no way. Walt Disney Pictures that didn't have what's her face tap it, which I'm like, absolutely not. That C-3PO had a silver leg. Number one, it's not like he had a silver eye patch. I don't give a shit. Who cares?
The Tinkerbell thing, I know exactly what they're thinking of. It wasn't at the beginning of the movie when it was doing like Walt Disney. It was at the end. When like after the credits would roll, boop, she would come in and tap the middle of the screen, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Looney Tunes was spelled differently. So Looney is the same, but there's Tunes, Toons, and then Tunes, Tunes. And
I remember that. Yeah, I remember the Tunes.
Oh, I don't.
Because I watched that shit religiously as a kid.
Yeah. I don't remember. Now I feel like I just might be an idiot. Oh yeah, Kit Kat doesn't have a dash in between the kit and the cat. That's problematic.
And what's funny is that a lot of these are like very inconsequential. Okay, so what if it's like I came across this woman on TikTok. Her name was like Madison something, and her dad died and she inherited his house, and he was a hoarder. So the series is like her going in and cleaning out this house from bottom to top. And a lot of the commenters are like, when you find underwear, check if it's the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia.
Perfect.
Really? She is having an experience of like unpacking and experiencing these feelings about her relationship with her dad, and you want her to check for the fucking cornucopia?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I would too. So the Volkswagen was there was a line between the V and the W. So is the V on the top, there was a line in between and then a W below. And they're saying no, it's just actually like a W, like two V's overlapping like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's very confusing. I'm not happy with Zillennials?
Xennials, Zillennials, born between 70.
I don't know. Born between 70 and 85. See, this is the problem, and we've discussed this lots of times. Is that it also depends on siblings, right? So, like, I'm the youngest of 5. I was born 1980. All of my siblings were significantly older than me, so all of my experience were quite removed generationally. And then my dad was also the youngest of like 13 kids or 9. I don't know. I think only 9 survived, but anyways, so he's generationally displaced. So like generation stuff is always weird, but.
We maintain here at Generation Dan, the generations are a spectrum, just like autism and gender. And,
and check off the bingo card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is
Go
that on
over
there?
here and
I think
Yeah.
it is.
it mentions someone mentions their parents. There goes someone references doing stuff. Yeah, there. I think it's there somewhere.
Oh no, bottom line. Generations are a spectrum slash
Generation of Spectrum grading. Yeah, there you
Yep,
go.
there it is.
Ta-da!
Check.
Good to know, everyone. Yeah, no, it's
Mandela affected movie nudity. I could have sworn there was boobs in Airplane 2, the sequel, but there is none. I've only seen the first one. And the first one's fantastic.
yeah. Actually,
It's
so
what
we
Katie
watched
the other on our first date. Yay!
fucking nerds.
It was the pandemic. You that was all we were able to do. It was like, hi, here's my vax card and my negative COVID test, and here's mine. Let's go watch Airplane. It was a very strange.
I mean, so have you guys ever had like a localized Mandela effect where you watch a movie and it's great, and then you tell your friends about it, and you're like, "We'll watch it. It's so good. You guys don't realize," and then you watch it and it sucks, and then you're like, "I swear this was good. I don't know what happened."
I mean, okay, so I've had that, but I think that's just a differential in like my personal taste and like what the other person finds entertaining or funny, because that's happened to me multiple times.
Okay, but
Is it because you do the thing where you're like, do you like it yet?
A little.
I've been guilty of that before.
Yeah.
My problem is the second time I watched it, I'm like, oh, this does suck. What the fuck did I see? And I'm like, well, I don't know why. I feel like I was just, yeah. I don't know. It's very
there's
confusing.
that, or like movies you loved as a kid and then you watch as an adult and you're like, wow, this did not age very bad. Case in point, the first Ace Ventura, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and wow, that ending did not age well.
Oh
yeah, listen. I at one point recited that movie from front to back, just walking around the playground in like 5th grade with a friend of mine, like front to back. Yeah. Like, so there's this series called Pen 15 about two very weird 7th grade girls, but they're also played by 30-year-olds, which is extremely weird. But yeah, like one of the first couple episodes, or maybe even the pilot, opens with one of the characters like fully reciting Ace Ventura lines, and I'm like, oh god, was I this humiliating in like 5th grade or whatever the fuck? But yeah,
that's fine. Okay, Scary Movie 1 is like that. Interesting. You guys heard that Scary Movie, the new Scary Movie that's coming out, is already being protested by what are the new young generations? Gen Z and
Gen Alpha?
Gen Alpha. The oldest Gen Alphas are like in late middle school, so I don't think they're doing that.
I don't know, but I love hearing that people are like, "I'm offended. I don't want to watch this." It's like, yeah, you don't have to watch it.
Don't.
That's totally fine. That I think that's I must have been drunk. The movie was so bad. Yeah, actually, if you go back and watch, I watched G.I. Joe and Thundercats, because that's what I watched when I was growing up, and it ruined them because I was like, oh, I may have been developmentally challenged. This is not smart TV. And then I'm like, I'm not. I have a full DVD set of Transformers, and I'm like, I dare not open it lest I found out that Transformers have also betrayed me and were not for smart children.
Austin
Trans propaganda, the woke agenda. Yeah, Austin Powers is kind of cringe across the board. Again, that was another one I quoted and was like, yeah, that was like a weird gender euphoria. Like I tried to dress like him. Real bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Super.
A couple things about Austin Powers. One,
if there are any pictures out there of you trying to dress like Austin Powers, I'm just saying we can use it for the thumbnail. I'll happily include it. I'm just
I don't know where they would be. I may have destroyed them, honestly.
Fair.
That's probably for the best, but you know, just in case.
Austin Powers, I think that's the point of the movie, though. He's supposed to be a guy from the 60s who's out of time in the 90s. Right. He's like not supposed to fit. Also, fun fact, one of my best friends growing up, his dad was the director. So shout out to my friend Jackson, who I believe is a photographer now.
Groovy.
Hey, don't say groovy. Come on. That's
yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, the best was there was a solid period of time where it was very much reminiscent of what up, where it was like, yeah, baby, and you're like, I will punch the next person that says yeah, baby in the face just immediately.
That was
100%.
me.
Yeah, and also you could do an Austin Powers now where like it's a 90s Austin Powers in the 2010s. Oh fuck.
Why we're supposed to be friends? Why do you say shit like that? Okay, half of my bones just turned to dust. Yeah.
Every 30 years we make an Austin Powers.
See, but this is the thing is you didn't realize how bad Austin Powers was until you watched The Love Guru and you're like, oh, you're like, none of this is good.
The Love Guru?
It was
you should watch it. You should watch it. No, stop talking. Really you should watch it. Just go watch it. Just go watch it. Don't worry about the description. Just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is aggressive. Let's just say that. It is aggressive. Okay. And the funny thing is, it's like if Austin Powers was like, we're gonna have a little shenanigans and mock the past, and if that went too far, you get Love Guru. And then you're like, oh, now I know why he didn't make movies for like 10 years. That's okay. Now I get it. He had to hide himself in shame. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna try to hold myself back from Googling this film as well. And
hey, just trust me when I tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and yeah. And then you start looking back, and you're like, oh, this is not good. Yeah, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, was the first DVD I bought online at Amazon in 1999.
Nice.
That's not a bad DVD to buy. The second one wasn't terrible either. Third
I liked when it was Danny DeVito and they did the commercial where it was Danny DeVito and Tom Cruise all playing in the movie theater as Austin Powers, and it was like they remade his life, and it was all pretty people. I loved it. It was great. Mm-hmm. It was only a short. And Danny DeVito as Mini-Me is. I think Danny DeVito needs to be. I think Danny DeVito should be the next president. I feel like he could bring a lot.
Yes.
To the table.
I am 100, even though I'm totally also like, I hate everybody. I hate all media right now. I never want anyone vaguely fame adjacent to ever become a politician again.
Yes,
I also agree with you, Dino. I agree with you.
I don't think famous people should have opinions on stuff. And I don't think that politicians should be allowed to be famous. I think it's two sides of no. Either you're a worker bee, or you could be famous. You can't have an opinion and be famous. That's too much power and significantly causes issues.
Yeah, I said something like this, like maybe the past week or two. I think there should be an international law preventing every head of state from having a public social media account. Like if they want to post clown memes, they have to have like a fake, like Bozo the Bullshit account. They cannot be on the internet as their head of state.
So I agree with you. My only issue, and this is one of my superpowers, is the problem with that is then you're going to have politicians thinking that their alter ego is some sort of superhero. And that is significantly worse because they see, I know, right? Because
it's
as
like
politicians,
That's great.
Yeah, it's worse than Stupid Batman. It's delusional, but it's Austin Powers Batman. That's what it is. Where you're like, no, he's not good at anything. This isn't how that works. I'm telling you, it can go. I think our brains were different before social media, shorter attention spans. Definitely, I got TikTok brain bad. So we process visual input in a different way. That's why old shows hit different now. So it was actually in the early 2000s before TikTok brain had taken over that I rewatched stuff and had that problem. But I appreciate that. Jon Stewart, no. That's counterproductive, Joey. No famous people in politics.
Yeah.
I'd rather know what they're up to. I mean, kind of, but also I feel like
the White House account. Right.
Yes.
So like you can have the account for the office of the president, and it's like here, they're at a meeting with this,
I feel
I keep wanting to say debutante. That's not it. They're at a
diplomat.
Diplomat. Thank you. That sort of thing.
I'm pretty sure those are synonyms, but okay.
Yeah.
Diplomat, debutante, synonyms. That's fine. They're just
going to the diplomat's ball. It's great.
I think like we should have 2 accounts for the White House, though. There should be a sober White House, which is very, and then a shit-faced sober account, a shit-faced White House account, which is crazy. Be like, watch this bomb land, and it's just a video.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And
But
like-
also, like, no other head of state can take that shit seriously and say that it's
Yes.
like a declaration of war or like take it as policy
Now we're
or
talking.
anything like that.
we're solving
many
problems
strange-
here.
Like many
Yes.
strange things created by the White House, this would probably have been done by Richard Nixon if he had the ability to. Nixon was drunk nearly constantly. Like if you listen
you
to those, 'cause he would
imagine-
tape himself. Like if you've listened to some of those tapes,
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
Can you imagine Nixon being on TikTok? I'm just,
Yeah.
I don't know. everybody. It's a little bit weird.
Nixon. Arrgh, you know.
It's Agnew
Where's
get
the
him.
smash that like and subscribe button.
I am a fan of Nixon on Futurama though, where he's like, Agnew, kill them all. Like it's just 100%. I'm like, yeah, I definitely believe that presidents would put their head in a jar so they could live forever. Like that's 100%. I believe that. But yeah, there has got to be a fucking baseline level of professionalism, and that is a lot coming from someone like me. I have mixed feelings because I feel like there should be, because look, let's be honest. I've said this multiple times. I like my news to be factual, not opinionated, read by a senior citizen. Doesn't matter where they're from or the color. I don't care. I want them boring and facts, no opinion. That's what I want. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Hard to agree.
It's exactly. But also I like to laugh. I like making people laugh. So having a shit-faced one that is completely propaganda, and let's be honest, like the front of that would be whatever president is in power wearing like a Rocky IV Apollo Creed outfit. So like star-spangled shorts, the big hat, fireworks, that would be their, and then their
Sam,
and
yeah.
abs
Except
going
now
up to
they
the-
would use AI slop to make it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
that fucking sucks.
Which
but...
I don't want that.
No.
But that would be pretty awesome if it was like, okay, so it's the Jekyll and Hyde presidency of whatever.
Listen, Hypnotized Lobster says something good. We know how depraved some of our politicians are if they didn't show us. I mean, let's be honest. We all knew. Nobody has been like, hey, did you know this guy was a pervert? You're like, have you seen him? He's clearly a pervert. There's not like, yeah.
Do you guys have any? Do you guys have any like
decent
politician Mandela effects? Like I could have sworn this president did this or whatever the thing was.
Well, I remember everyone got. Well, I remember there was. So I don't know if you guys remember this. Jean Chrétien was the Prime Minister of Canada, and he actually choked a guy out. Yeah, and it was.
Damn.
Hey, and let's be honest.
As president?
As Prime Minister, yeah.
Or as
yeah.
Prime Minister?
It was a crowd of people. Someone got a little too close and a little too handsy, and he just. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Let's get him back in there because obviously he knows what he's doing. But hilariously, everyone criticized him aggressively when it happened, and now they look back and they're like, probably one of the greatest. And you're just going, I remember people's reaction was not so kind at the time, and there can't be a decent, serious White House account because no one is decent or serious. Touche. That is fair. That is a fair point.
Yeah.
A lot of people weren't really jazzed on Lincoln when he was doing his stuff, but we look back on it kindly in history. My presidential Mandela effect is I thought when James Garfield was assassinated, the guy just shot him in the heart and he died. Like he was in bed for a couple of days. Turns out, no, he probably could have lived. It was just the surgeon didn't believe in germ theory and was sticking his gross unwashed hands in there, and he died by sepsis, which is such a dumb way to die.
He got RFK Jr.
Yeah. But because you're learning about presidential assassinations as a kid, right? Lincoln, not Charles Guiteau.
Hold on, I'm going to stop you right there. If you can learn about presidential assassinations while you're growing up, I think, I'm not going to just say this factually, but maybe perchance there's an issue in your country if there's a history of assassinations done.
Yeah, even worse, there's like a string of them, right? Because you have Lincoln and then and Garfield and McKinley. Like it was all like within 40 years of each other. This was all kind of going on.
Ridiculous.
And then they tried with Teddy Roosevelt and failed because Teddy Roosevelt is the GOAT.
The hero. There's a Mandela effect
And
level
then,
gaslighting. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Didn't they attempt on Reagan as well?
They did, yeah.
There was an attempted one.
That was John Hinckley because he had a gross thing for Jodie Foster and was trying to, impress her. It was disgusting.
Hey, let's be honest though. Wouldn't it have been weird if it turned out that Jodie Foster was gaslighting him the whole time, and she was like, "Yeah, I love you. If only you could do this for me and just kill Reagan."
That's his personal Mandela effect.
Yeah, and then he turns around and he was like, "I wasn't the bad guy. She manipulated me." I would watch that. I feel like that would So this is the thing. Is do you think we're coming to a point, because let's be honest, you guys living in LA know better that LA is running out of ideas and just redoing shit constantly. So are we kind of staring down the barrel of a position where people are just going to start making movies of, hey, maybe this is how it happened, and just just fake history completely? Because I'd watch the shit out of that. I mean,
that's basically what a lot of AI slop is. They're just angling it as propaganda to support whatever political position. So
yeah,
it is
making
horrible.
Out the evidence of your eyes and ears, right?
Yeah.
Every 20 years from 1880 to 1980, the president was shot. Jesus Christ! For real?
Garfield in the early 1880s, McKinley at the turn of the century. They tried with Teddy Roosevelt. It didn't work. They didn't shoot Coolidge or what's his name? Harding. Harding just died of I think it was liver cancer or something.
That's what they want you to think.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
They didn't kill
that umbrella.
FDR.
Fucking they zapped him
FDR
with ricin or something.
Died from his condition. They didn't shoot Truman. They didn't There's a big hole in the middle there. But Kennedy,
obviously, yeah.
I mean, Kennedy kind of got 3 of them all in one, right? Magic bullet and all that. But it's okay. John Hinckley is on YouTube now, by the way. What?
That is crazy. I will be checking that out after this show.
George W. Bush broke that street.
Well, yeah, but he had the shoe.
He had the shoe. I was just thinking.
Okay, no, the shoe didn't make contact. I don't think it's fair. He needed, if the shoe hit him, I would have, then it would,
Well, no, because you can still have an attempt, even if it's not
Garfield, Reagan was shot.
I'm going to look up attempts. I'm not really sure. Reagan was shot at. Yeah, well, they hit him and he lived. So
this is the thing, though, is have you seen? It was the first, I guess, public talk that he gave afterward, and a balloon popped, and he was like, "Ha, missed me," like without skipping a beat, and you're just like, bro, that's hilarious.
Why is it that the presidents that do the most damage are very funny? Unfortunately, Reagan had a super quick wit. Trump is the funniest president we've ever had. Outside of the horrible implication, if he was a talk show host or something, he'd be all over social media.
But what psychopath is, so we talked about this on earlier in the week, where you're like, nobody, I think this is a Mandela effect where people are like, oh, Trump is the greatest person. You're like, bro, he's a horrible person. He's been a horrible person since the 90s. This is not a new thing. It's the problem is that
since the 70s,
he's just Marco says this best. He's like, he's just the newest, shiniest turd on a pile of turds. And you're like,
very accurate.
Damn, that is painfully accurate. But
so neither me nor my partner had seen the series The Sopranos, so we recently watched everything. And towards the end, in the final season, the son, AJ, says something along the lines of okay, guess I'll just go work for Trump, because Trump was literally already in the mid 2000s, controlling a bunch of the highest paying shit in New York. Yeah. And he was doing stuff like taking out ads to the what's it called? The Central Park Five, who are now called the Exonerated Five, like taking out ads to like make their punishment in prison worse because they were 5 black men falsely accused of crimes who like unjustly got sent to prison, and they were eventually exonerated. But yeah,
he was trying to get them
kept
executed.
taking out ads that their punishment should be harsher.
I mean, with that kind of money, I would do the same for like regular people. I'll be honest with you guys. I would find people with some newspaper boy didn't drop off my newspaper. I would take out a full page ad if I had the money and be like, this little shit is stealing my money, and just
Right.
like, I'll be honest with you. And like
Crutchleg is
newspaper, so
Jimmy Crutchleg is out there withholding my paper and giving it to the neighbors. He's in a musical, for God's sake. He's the worst. Get him.
Yeah. It's funny, Al, that you brought up Sopranos, because Joey and I were going to do a whole series about rewatching The Sopranos and giving opinions on it, because it is so Sopranos, The Wire, The Expanse that just happened, a few other where it's like, it's fun. I've never seen Mad Men front to back.
Mad Men is great.
It was a weird time. It was a weird time in my life that I was like, I don't really know what's happening. He called for their execution. He refused to say, which is insane. Hey, and let's be honest, if you refuse to accept someone's exoneration, that's a little bit weird. And like, it's very, I don't know. I don't know anything on the subject, so it's not really my thing. Donald Trump is like the bully that gets put in your class every year in grade school and sits right next to you every year because last names are close. Just go away. I mean,
okay, so funny thing.
Hopefully he will soon.
This week, my classroom is at the very back of the school. So anytime you need admin or you need to send a kid because like, oh, he's going home, it takes forever. So we tend to get ignored back there. And one of my neighbors, like downstairs, he's like, hey, there's a kid who got added to my class because he's been kicked out of 3 others in the school, who's just like a little shit and he's ruining the energy. Can you come in and look like you're doing an observation? And I'm like, I'm not an administrator. He's like, no, but look like you are. Like walk in with the computer and sit next to him and just type on something for like 20 minutes and then just leave. Like, okay. So I went downstairs with sunglasses on and just didn't say anything, sat down and I was doing my Cal TPA, so like big dumb packet. So I'm like working on that and like without looking at him. And then I stood up and left. And then afterward, how was it? And he's like, it was great. He didn't do anything. So
kids are easily manipulated. They're dumb.
It was great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, do you understand that there was a guy, would have been probably early 2000s. The driver for the bus was like, the kids are out of control. I'm afraid of them. I can't do anything about this. And they're like, oh, they're saying you're exaggerating. He goes, put a camera in. So he put a camera in it and it was covered by like a first aid box. Cause that first aid is not real. The one on the bus, just so everyone knows, the one on the bus is not a real first aid thing kit. And they were insane. Then he showed the camera and left it there so everyone could see it. And suddenly everyone was perfect. You're like, people don't do bad shit when they're being observed because they don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Why is this secret knowledge? I don't understand.
This goes back to what we were. This goes back to what we were talking about on a prior episode I was on, where we talked about protesting and the fact that the climate for going to protest now is so different because there's just surveillance technology literally everywhere, not just in people's pockets, but like AI cameras and, the cops can track this and that and the other. And
I know you meant cell phones in their pockets, but at the same time, I kind of envisioned some guy with pants that has pockets, like cameras sticking out of his pockets, just trying to catch people's faces.
Just having a normal walk down the street, just power walking.
Well, I also picture like one of those domed listening microphones just right on his crotch, and he's just trying to point at everyone. I'm listening to everybody here.
It's like I'm not listening. This is a fan that I put down my pants.
It's cooling my genitals. Thank you. Yeah, there you go.
Atlas is not good at faking anything. You know it, good sir.
Also true. That is factual. I gotta protest smartly. Be super. Well, so you guys heard about the sweaters and stuff that I haven't seen it in quite a while. It was about probably about 8 months. It was last summer where there are sweaters that you can buy that trick AI into scanning your face, like it gets confused and doesn't think you're a person. Those are real. Those are a real thing. And you're like, yeah, and then suddenly they disappear from the internet. I wonder why.
I've heard of those, like there's like a mask you can get where it's clear and there's like weird rigids, so like it can't quite scan your face and it gets confused.
Yeah.
But it's so bulky and
there are like just like not a balaclava. It looks like pantyhose, but it's got a face printed on it, and it's not your face. But even though it's pulled very tightly, like your face looks wonky, but it can't tell who you are because of the things. And you're like, listen, the fact is that AI is the worst, and now everyone's using it for everything, and then choosing, oh, but we're not going to listen to it for this, and you're like, well, that would actually help people. Like, look, why not use AI to streamline traffic? Because that doesn't make anyone money. So what are we going to do? We're going to use it to ruin everything. And you're like, or you could, use it to do dumb shit jobs so the rest of us can start doing art like God intended. But instead you're like, no, we're going to use the AI to do the art. Why? Everyone has two fingers. What is happening? Right? Everyone's walking around going,
I got
real
two
person.
fingers
You're not.
for AI.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly, right? Don't they know they have all our of course they have all of our social medias and a searchable format. It's not a secret who will protest and who won't. Listen, it's very, I don't know. It's very perplexing, and especially like the right to protest, I think, is a very important thing. But people are getting really weird about it, and I don't know. It's at the same time, it should be okay. You should be allowed to say your opinion and not have the entire world gang up on you. But see, that's the bad kind of bullying. We need the good kind of bullying where it's, all the people get together and go, hey, we don't like this shit. And then everyone stops. And then people don't do that shit we don't like. That'd be nice. But no. Instead, you're going to bully nerds like Atlas. Yeah. That's not nice.
No, bully dorks who are in charge of us, which is punching up. So it's fine.
I don't think they're dorks. I think they're worse than dorks.
No. They're fucking incels.
Dorks.
They're just sad incels.
I mean, to a degree, like I don't know if you guys watched the interviews where Bill Clinton, a former president who was indicted for lying under oath, and then they're like, "Have you ever perjured yourself?" He's like, "Nope," and you're like.
And they're like,
"We were all there, bro. What are you talking about?"
Right?
Famously one of the biggest, yeah.
And then he started reminiscing on the weird pictures that were there, and you're like, "Hey, man, you're on camera. Probably shouldn't be looking at those pictures."
Right?
What is happening right now? And he's like, "Oh yeah, that was a fun time." You're like, "Is no one paying attention to anything? What is going on?" It's very confusing, and also, yeah. I don't know. It's a weird. This is a weird time to be alive, but I'm sure, like, because of our access to information is so immediate and also skewed, it's probably making it worse. But hey, at least we have the sun is up. That's nice. You guys are getting hotter.
Anyway, the universe is a hologram. AI's ruin everything by gold. Bye. No. Thanks so much for joining us here on Generation Dan.
Thank you.
Where can people find and follow you and all that good stuff?
I am at LL Faunt on Instagram. My art collab is MMIX_art. And I am also Blue Sky. I'm LL Faunt on Blue Sky as well. And those are really the only social media platforms I can tolerate at this point because I'm close to getting a flip phone at this point. Holy fuck.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You can follow the show at Generation Dan. Anywhere that fine social medias are found. You can also follow me at Atlas Novak in those same places. I do TikToks about being a teacher. Right now I'm doing a series on what the other gods of Olympus were doing in Hadestown. Ares is going to be a fucking incel. It's going to be awesome. Or
because he was a fucking douche.
Yeah, he was a douche. You can also follow my other show, Nexus at Night. That's streams every Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's about the trading card game Card Fight Vanguard. If that's not your thing, understandable. How about you, good sir?
I am Dean of the Genetic Marvel, as you can see right here. I'm doing a lot of shows. I am working a job right now, so I'm doing less shows. But tomorrow is my last day, so I will be back with stuff at nighttime, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. It's gonna be great. So subscribe, do all those things to all of our channels, or I will come to your house. You won't like it. It's horrible. I'm not a good guest. I put my feet up on your couch with shoes. But yeah. No, this has been fun, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. We'll be back and be doing more stuff. So, yeah, enjoy.
Bye, folks.
Later,
Bye, everybody.
Everyone.